we've lost a lot. Yeah, so basically, I just want to make this video to ramble about the death of the mid-budget games. Games just like that, just like aren't really as like accessible enough to really sell a high-budget game out of. But aren't really, well, still like too ambitious for indie studios to really do, unless it takes like literally, unless you want to take like 8 years doing it. 8 years is probably generous, more like 10 years. Yeah, these types of games are just an uncomfortable middle ground where like the gray area a bit, like they just don't work as well in today's expectations for games. You know, sometimes I think, some days I think, like updating graphics was a mistake. Constantly trying to update graphics using the most cutting edge technology at the time has become a bit. Has become a bit of a. What's I saying? But yeah, it's been a bit of like a stain on the gaming industry, because like you need to put lots and lots of time into like most modern looking graphics. So at that point, why would you be wasting on games that might not sell as well? That's really the problem. You know, this is the same. I don't think that's the gaming industry's biggest misstep. I think the gaming industry's biggest misstep was the constant reliance on online, but that's for another video. For now, let's mourn what we've lost, transition to like HD consoles and more accessible games. I just I'm using these 3 games as examples. The Sonic and the Secret Rings is a bit different situation. Like, there might be a better chance for a game like this to come back again than the other two, because like more Sonic the Hedgehog was a thing that existed, yet it like sold pretty well, I think. It was official. It was made by Sega. A huge, like, big budget. Okay, not really big budget. It's kind of, Sega is kind of like a mid-budget game company right now. It's not as big as what they used to be, and they'll probably on the trajectory to decline. Yeah, Sonic and the Secret Wings is this is a weird game. This was sort of made like, yes, with in mind that like the Wii was much less powerful than Xbox 360 and PS3, so like they did their own thing using the Wii's unique technology for this, and some people really hated it. From what I've played, it isn't that bad, but then again, I haven't gotten that far into it, and I'm like not too hard to please. Like, I can see I like these other games. Anyways, it's just, I guess like this game is definitely a lot more low budget than Sonic 06 or Sonic Unleashed, because like I get one's on the Wii and 2, it isn't really meant to be a huge mainline, the next big Sonic in the series. It's meant to be have something for the Wii consumer to have. But like, maybe we can see our towards this. Like, I think people are just more comfortable with like making a really bad version, of the PS5 and Xbox Series games on the Switch and Switch 2, instead of trying to do their own thing, utilizing the Switch's technology, which is, I guess, the same. I just don't think Sega's gonna change that anytime soon. With every Sonic game in recent years has been like cross-platform. I guess it's because like it's the graphics. It goes back to the graphics. They require much more attention to detail than historically, and so you know the Switch. So it's making like a huge budget HD game and like a small budget HD game. It's just not happening. Like all HD games are just on a bigger budget. All HD games are just on a bigger budget than regular. So like probably not gonna see a ton of games like Sonic and Secret Wings unless we just go back to bad graphics, which it's nothing I never really mind in a video game. I just don't see this like happening in a game like Sonic Wings happening, and I know some people think this is worse than Sonic 06. I can't disclose on this because I don't have Sonic 06. It's not on any platform I have. Sonic 06 to be one of my favorite games in hiding. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. And of course you're gonna see another Sonic game in the future. What's looking more bleak is this funny artsy stuff. Excite Truck. I love this game. Nintendo doesn't. It's just like a really cool, unique concept of the game. It's sort of a racing game, but not really, because your main goal is just cause as much destruction as possible, and you first place that's a bonus. That's an original game. I wish they did it again. Yes, they did Excite Bots, but like that, I don't know. That game just had too much going on for me. Finding a nice middle ground between Excite Truck and Excite Bots would be a game would feel like a game dedicated specifically to me. Nintendo's not going to do that. Why? Because there's no diehard Excite fans out there. Like, at least with like F-Zero, there was people who clamoring for Series to come back. You do not see any huge diehard Excite fans begging it to come back. I guess I'll be the first. But like, I'm a very small creator. Nintendo's not gonna be able to see me. And like, if there were already diehard Excite fans, I guess I just have yet to see a YouTube channel for them. I never really liked Cyber 64. Haven't played the original. Like Side Truck, this is my jam. Me and Side Truck just hang out. We go fishing every Friday. So yeah. Another series that's like probably dead. Not because it's been specifically a long time since the last game. Just like analyzing the current state of video games. Nobody cares about the Yoshi series. I mean, people who like Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Woolly World admit those are like the only good games in the series. I'm one of them. But like, Yoshi's New Island, ugh. Yoshi's Story, haven't played, but I heard it's bad. But yeah, I haven't really gotten much else out of the Yoshi series other than Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Island's pretty expensive on the aftermarket. So, I just heard pretty bad things about pretty much every Yoshi game except Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Woolly World. Played Yoshi's Woolly World. I haven't really finished it. When I played it, it's a vibe. It's immaculate. But like, okay, who cares about the Yoshi series so much? They're begging people as much as F-Zero fan base to much of the F-Zero fan base still get back. Actually, think with the F-Zero fan base, like people want to do F-Zero. A lot of them just haven't actually played F-Zero games. Maybe I can make you guys my guinea pigs. Maybe we'll request a new Excite Truck game or Excite Gaming Simulator though you've never played a game from those series. Like, just for me, you know? Right? But yeah, if people like do enough begging for Excite series, for Excite Talk, they might do something like new Excite Talk. They might do something along the lines of Excite Bike 99, which wouldn't be good or would have been something. I just it's the same. There's not like you're never gonna see it with the Excite series, and I doubt we're gonna see it with the Yoshi series. It's just the only reason these games sell is because Yoshi and Mario Kart was on it. And even though there's some gems in the catalog, I mean, Yoshi's catalog, like, it's not enough to have garner such a huge supporting fan base like the Donkey Kong Wario Land series has. Like, I feel like the Yoshi series has just been treated as less special than the Donkey Kong and Wario series, because most of the games are not very special. Yoshi's Woolly World is really good, but like the game just isn't as cutting edge as some other games. And like there was this, I feel like Yoshi's in the same vein camp with Excite. Like, you can make a new Yoshi game, but what financial cost to Nintendo? If they make it this huge Grand Yoshi 3D Yoshi adventure, it's not gonna sell well. If they make a 2D Yoshi game, no 2D Yoshi game, not gonna sell well. And the sad part is, like, that's the big corporate mentality, and like indie developers just, it's hard for them to make a Yoshi's Woolly World or Excite of their own, because those games are more so mid-budget, not low-budget. Like, they use 3D models and everything. Now, there are some 3D indie games, but those take years upon years, some more to develop. Like, even if like we want to throw back to Excite Talk of the Yoshi series, like, people don't want that. Indie developers aren't gonna try to make a cool platform inspired from these games, because there's not a big enough fan base clamoring for it. We just lost a lot when going to HD games. I guess the Wizard was technically an HD game, but like barely. The Wii U is barely an HD system, and 3DS is not an HD system. We lost a lot. We wish these type of games come back. I feel like it's more like Blast Walks, Geometry Wars Galaxies. You're just not gonna get stuff like that. Anymore, unless like any developer steps up and is super passionate about this series. Like, if you're an indie developer watching this and like the Yoshi's World Excite Talk, I really appreciate if you guys made a game in the vein of that. Of course, using original properties, so Nintendo wouldn't like kill you. Just, I guess maybe Nintendo and Sega are some of the last companies I see being told about just totally throwing out these mid-budget games, because like Nintendo fans are weird. Let's be honest. We don't like the same things other people like. Those being these big, huge, open world adventures that all just feel the same. I'm sorry, I said it. They all feel the same. I mean, see, I haven't really played much of them, but like they just look the same. This is a very bad video. Like I just feel like it's because it's more about the story nowadays, which I guess might be better for the gaming industry. So like Karens don't complain about video games as much because they actually teach you lessons, unlike Excite Truck or UFC's Woolly World, which is just exists to be fun. That's not really what games are about anymore. They're about just purely making money, maybe telling a good story, because that's what the average Zero consumer wants. I'm just not the average Zero consumer. I'm one of those people who should probably read a lot more than I actually do. It's just this is something to think about. Like, I guess these games, they don't have much artistic merit, I guess, as say The Last of Us, or is that maybe I feel like that's not fair, but it kind of is, because like nobody thought any of these games, except for maybe Sonic the Secret Wings, Sega while making that, nobody would think these two games would be the huge commercial hit. They just did it because like they're fun. Like so they like you know what a really good idea of Excite Truck, and so they made Excite Truck. I guess Yoshi's Woolly World was kind of more so on the exists for money, making money side, but that's not because the quality of the game's low. It's because it's using a Mario character. I've been rambling for far too long about this. Long story short, I guess while the current environment of video games just isn't hospitable for these kind of games, because like they won't really do as well mostly as they won't really do as well commercially as other games. And they're often just not low, but they're often just like it's often just impossible for games like these to be made by indie game developers, because because indie developers are such a low budget and such little so little amount of developers. But dang it, I still really want these games back. They're really good. I often find them way more fun than the big high budget games. Maybe because I've been infected with brain rot and don't want that much of an intelligent experience in my video games. Like I guess I miss these games. Like, and that's all I really have to say. Bye. So much of the gaming industry sucks. I hope you were doing well. Bye. I already said that. Bye. Frick.